Good morning. Mike Mills back at you with another episode of Putting Kids Above All. Today we have with us Betsy Weber, Kids Above All Certified Birth Doula. Good morning, Betsy.
Hey, Mike, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, thank you.
Betsy, can you give us a quick overview of your role and how you help the parents and kids you work with?
Yeah, so doulas used to be called labor coaches a few decades ago, and the role has evolved a little bit since then. So I've been working with families for about 10 years, and I'm trained as a birth and postpartum doula. So doulas support families before, during, and after birth. So I'm on call for my birth families, and I meet them at the hospital anytime, day or night. And I'm there to give them emotional support and help them communicate with their doctors, be their cheerleader, give them a back massage, kind of anything that might come up with the process. And so I'm also there to help them with breastfeeding education and anything they might need postpartum. So the thing that's really special about the Kids Above All program is that we can support any family in Lake County who are expecting a baby and are low income. So other programs focus on teens or mothers who are having their first child, but it's really special that we can support all of our families.
So how has the COVID-19 impacted the parents and kids' lives?
Yeah, I think like everyone, new families are really impacted by COVID-19. We saw early on in the pandemic that healthcare was really changing. So my families who were pregnant, they weren't getting in to see their doctor as much as you would expect. Sometimes they were only having virtual sessions with their doctor, and sometimes their appointments were just canceled. So they were not seeing their doctors for long periods of time. So I definitely was there to kind of hold their hand, answer questions that were coming up. And then the other thing is that, you know, after you have a baby, you're in your home a lot, you're caring for the baby. And we're seeing families are very isolated. Before, you could expect families to come in and help, but with travel restrictions and obviously people just trying to be really safe, those visitors aren't there. So I think it's been really important for me to be able to check in with my clients again after they have the baby.
So can you tell us about the adjustments that you have made during this time, to do your job to help the kids build better lives?
Yeah, so before the pandemic, I was making home visits. I was seeing my clients once a week, once a month, and now that's all switched to virtual visits. So I'm doing my childbirth education, breastfeeding education, all that, usually on FaceTime. And then some hospitals are having visitor restrictions. So I haven't always been able to be in person for my births. So what that's looking like is just a lot of text messages all through the night. And I'm still able to give that emotional support and answer questions, but it's looking a little different now.
Well, Betsy, if anybody wanted to help, how would they go about doing that?
Well, the thing about Kids Above All is that we're always trying to make sure our new families have everything they need before they have the baby. And everyone knows that babies need a lot of stuff. So if anyone had some gently used baby items like strollers or clothes, or if they had any diapers, they could email me and let me know if they'd like to make a donation. And my email is eweber@kidsaboveall.org.
Well, Betsy, I want to thank you for your work and everything you do to put the safety, well-being, and education of kids above all. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Mike.
And to our viewers, please tune in next week for another episode of Putting Kids Above All. Thank you.